like a while ago, and I'm sorry I'm wearing my headphones, but today is cleaning day. And I just wanted to quickly, before I forget, open this because it's just been sitting in my hallway. I decided to pick up the camera and start a new vlog here. I've been trying to do vlogs recently. They haven't gone as I usually plan them. In case you're new here, let me go ahead and introduce myself before we get started. Hi, my name is Brenda. I'm a 30-something that works and lives here in stormy, rainy San Francisco. And usually on my channel, I post vlogs about how I'm navigating life in my 30s. So if you like that type of content, I encourage you to check out my other videos, as well as subscribe and stick around because Vlogmas is coming soon. I just decided to pick up a camera. I felt inspired by the coziness and just how rainy it is right now. It is Thursday, a very random time to just start a vlog. However, what a week. What a week. I mean, what a couple of past 24 hours. I have some like personal stuff going on. I feel like I'm the kid in dodgeball and just like that's on the wall by themselves and just getting thrown balls at them just like viciously, that being life's lemons. And they're like great, they're like basketball sized lemons, and they're just being thrown at me because there's just, it just feels like it's just constantly back to back to back, just things going on. I have like a couple of very personal stuff going on that's a little bit scary, but I gotta just deal with it. Aside from the very personal stuff that's going on, I mean, I'm gonna have a therapy appointment on Monday. That should be exciting because my last doctor's appointment, you know, it was suggested, very nicely suggested. Not suggested, but like encouraged. Not encouraged, but like, hey, have you considered therapy? Like, have you done therapy? So I have a therapist appointment on Monday. Aside from the mental health, from the physical health, Chewbecky's sick. Seems like she has a pattern every year around November. She tends to get sick. So last year when I started Vlogmas, she was still recovering from a really bad stomach bug. Like she was just like very, very sick. And so we did that last year. This year, we went to my mom's house because it was her birthday. And Chewbecky, she is 9 years old, almost 10 years old, and she's a tiny, not tiny, but she's a small Maltese Yorkie. So, you know, she's older, she's an older dog, but she has the heart and the spirit of a 2-year-old puppy. So she likes to like bounce around, she likes to play, she gets the zoomies, like she's like a very active dog. And usually when I pick up the camera like this, she would be right by my side. However, I think on Sunday she got injured. I don't know. I mean, she's older, so it would make sense. And this is just me hypothesizing. I think because she was jumping off the bed, she was jumping on sofas, she was jumping on people, like, and not in a bad way, but she was like, pet me, you know? And she was just very like active up and down. And towards the end of the night, she started becoming like more calm. I didn't think anything of it. Then Monday comes and she cried when I patted her back, because I usually like pat her back, and like I pat it and she just like cried, like she yelped. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what did I do? She like had been resting, so I figured maybe she pulled a muscle. You know I'm over 30, and sometimes if I don't stretch right or if I sleep wrong, you know, my body turns on the check engine light. So I thought maybe that's what was going on. So I was like, I'm not gonna panic. We're gonna give her some rest. We're gonna just let her do her thing and let her body recover, and we'll monitor her and see if she improves. However, last night was when I was like, okay, she's gotta go see the vet because she hasn't been improving. She did eat in the morning and she went on a walk just fine. But then yesterday when I got back from work, she went on the walk, but she was like speed walking, like she wanted to cross red lights. And usually she waits at the stop signs, but this time she just like was like had an urgency to get home. And then I brought her and I did the usual wiping of her paws, and she just went to bed. And she's been there ever since. I called the vet this morning to see if they had any appointments, and so me and her will be heading to the veterinarian in the afternoon. I messaged my boss and I told her I'm just gonna take the day off. I just kind of want to sit here and be cozy for a bit, just relax, you know? Relax. We are in the Waymo. It was not cheap this time. Usually a Waymo will cost me about like $10 to her veterinarian. At least it did in the past. I mean, it could be that prices are just going up. I just prefer Waymos. Right, Chewies? Do you prefer Waymos? She is being a stubborn little brat. I told her to sit down because initially when we got in the car, she was sitting down in the seat. And then she just decided that's how she's gonna roll, and I don't think that's good for her because the whole issue is her little tiny body, right, Tuies? What? It is raining, so it also might explain the prices. It is a little pricier, but I still would much rather pay for the Waymo when I have Becky, especially right now because she's a little wet, so she definitely smells like wet dog, and so do I because she's sitting on me. So, you know, it's fine. I did bring a towel, but I am gonna use that afterwards. She's not super wet. She's just like her paws are still a little wet from her walk. Huh, Chewies? She was so excited to, you know, get rolling, and I was like, oh, you're going to the veterinarian. Like, okay, I'm glad that you was excited. I'm excited for you. And she's just so funny because I brought her, she like suddenly wanted to go on a walk, she suddenly wanted to eat, and she was acting normal except that she won't jump. Like I was like trying to like see if she would like even entertain playing with me, and she sat her little stinky butt down like this and was like, yeah, no, we're not playing. She is trembling a lot. I did give her some anxiety medicine. I snuck that into your food, so she has her anxiety meds right now, and she did have some food before she's actually ate finally. But I'm thinking I'm gonna have to sue her for intentional infliction of emotional distress and damages, which include this Waymo ride and how much the vet is gonna charge me, because I don't know, something to me screams drama and not actual sickness. Just kidding, we're gonna find out, right, Chewy? Okay, we're in for a little bit of a ride. We're like, it's a lot of cars and it's raining. Waymo, right, Chewy? How was your appointment, Chew? You hated every single moment of it. She sure did. She's currently in a towel because it's obviously been raining today, and she stepped on a puddle. I brought the towel just in case, but she did step in a puddle before we got in the Waymo. Fun time. So, Chewbecky, you want to tell them how you're doing? Essentially, this girl made me spend so much money because she threw out her back, essentially. The vet just kind of did like a checkup on her, made sure like that she was reacting properly, that everything was fine. But when Chewbecky stepped one little paw into the vet's office, suddenly she was active. She was trying to like jump on me. She was just like walking around. She was trying to jump on this seat, which is the reason why we were at the vet, because she did that last time. This is a weird route that the Waymo's taking. She was jumping up and down, so kind of explained that to the vet. The vet said essentially she's a small dog. She's also older, so with small dogs you gotta be careful when they're jumping on and off simple things as like a sofa because they will mess up their back. And, and that's what happened here. I'm sorry. It's just like, out of all things, out of all the things that could have happened to her, she drew out her back. And I'm also laughing because it's like, it wasn't like, you know, like, I mean, it's expensive to take your dog to the vet, but it's just so funny that I spent that much money just for her to essentially have hurt her back. And now I'm coming home with a bunch of medications. So essentially pain meds, a muscle relaxer. So pain meds, muscle relaxer, and some more gabapentin, anxiety meds, but just to make her drowsy. I don't have to give her the gabapentin or whatever. That's more like to add on, but essentially my goal this week is that she's on 2 weeks of bed rest. Absolutely no jumping off sofas, no jumping upstairs, no jumping on people. You hear that, Chewy? No jumping on people. And I have to give her all of these medications, and just so that it forces her to just relax, to give her some time to recover and then reduce the inflammation that she is probably experiencing in her back, because she said that her back was a little tense. And I don't think it was from being at the bed. I think it's just like she's been a little tense today. But I think the funniest part is the fact that she started acting like a normal little fur ball as soon as she entered the vet's office. It had me looking crazy because I was trying to explain to the vet, she hasn't had the same energy. She doesn't want to do stuff that she usually loves. And here she is, just like having a ball at the vet. I'm embarrassed. Suddenly have an appetite. Gotta give her her medication. Like, I have a pill cutter somewhere. I need to find that pill cutter. I swore I had a pill cutter. I'm sorry this is taking me so long. No. It's a muscle relaxer. It's pretty much bedtime, so she should be fine. It is Saturday morning, and I haven't really vlogged much since the last time I picked up the camera. Just trying to take it easier because I feel like I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself to try and make a video for November, because so far all the videos that have gone up have been from October. I really need to get better about November if I continue wanting to do Vlogmas, because Vlogmas is just like a big freight train that comes just crashing through. But anyways, I'm not going to really show everything to the vlog, but I am going to be helping my coworker clean up her new place. She's moving out to her own first place, and I was kind of telling her, like, from my experience moving into apartments, how a lot of the time, even though they say like they cleaned the apartment, it's usually not clean. And that has happened. Like, it happened in this apartment. It wasn't like very clean, or maybe I just have a high standard of cleanliness, but the toilet was like so dirty. The tub was like, just needed a little elbow grease. Like, you just like had to scrub it a little harder than just wiping it with a Clorox wipey. That's all it needed. was a little more, you know, oomph, like a little more just power to it. And unfortunately that wasn't what happened. So there was like a few things that needed to be obviously cleaned. And my apartment before that, they also had a crew like come in and clean. And I remember that was my first apartment without a roommate. That also wasn't very clean. The apartment before that, where I moved in with Ale and my friend Ale in Oakland, that one also, she told me it was not clean. It still had all the dust from the construction because they had just remodeled the unit. And so she said there was like dust everywhere. They had to take the windows out because they were a little like dirty, and just had to do all of that cleaning. Again, I don't know, maybe like me and landlords, or it's a cultural thing that we might have like different standards of cleanliness. But I told my coworker like, hey, this has been my past experience. Maybe you'll get lucky and they'll actually like clean your apartment. But as a precaution, I recommend that you go in before you move in, do a little cleaning, clean the bathroom, clean the countertops, make sure everything's a little clean, and then you move in, and you know, your space is at least, you have that peace of mind in knowing that it's a clean space. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I am currently drinking a hot cup of coffee. It is finally that season and I'm excited. Finally get to bring out, oh, it's the back of it, my little gingerbread cup. Okay, I'm just gonna drink some coffee. I might try and eat something really quickly and then grab some stuff. I am gonna be giving her some stuff that I don't use and that are is not just like dumping trash. It's like they're in good condition, they're workable. There's just stuff that when I moved from my old apartment into this apartment, they no longer like worked because this space, it's not that it's smaller, but it has like certain quirks to it. So like at my old apartment, I just had flat cabinets. So I was able to put this little hanging rod on it. Moved here, my cabinets are too thick for that. My bathroom's a lot smaller, so the bath mats don't really fit in there. So I'm just gonna give her those because they're not in bad condition and I did wash them before. I have some utensil organizing trays. This apartment, the drawers are kind of smaller and also not very deep. So compared to my old apartment, so then I have no use for them. So I'm just gonna give all that stuff to her, and I think it should be a good starting point. And then some plates that I don't use, and maybe some cups, just for her to have something to start with. Just naturally zoomed in, but I got this package a while ago, and I'm sorry I'm wearing my headphones, but today is cleaning day, and I just wanted to quickly, before I forget, open this because it's just been sitting in my hallway and show you my reaction. This is this year's holiday sweater from BART, which is it's essentially like the subway, but for like the Bay Area. It's called the Bay Area Rapid Transit. I think that's what it stands for. And last year I posted how I got their sweater, and it's really cute and all. And this year they actually had a variety of colors, but I just wanted to really stick to the blue theme because that's BART's color. So just like last year, I decided, maybe I should take this off. Just like last year, I was probably screaming the whole time because I had the ear canceling things. Look at this. Ain't that cute? I'm gonna put it on top of my thing. I can take this off and re-put it again. Oh, it's a little tight. It's a bit tight. It needs to be stretched out, I think. But we reppin'. I only got the beanie because I got a beanie last year. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cute. And I don't wear blue often, but blue tends to look good on me. The one thing I did not check, and I probably should have, was to see how what material these things are made out of, because I didn't think to check, and I should have. Okay, acrylic, good. Sorry, so it's just, it felt a little like, I think that's the downside. It does feel a little bit rough, but I'm allergic to wool, so I'm mostly concerned whenever I feel this type of texture that it does have wool, because I can try and wear it like maybe like a 15% wool, but once it's more than 15, I am itchy central. So look how cute. This is adorbs. I'm gonna throw it in the wash. But yeah, so got the sweater. They had it this year in green and in red and blue. My favorite color is green, but because I want it to be very BART theme, and this is BART's color, I just wanted, you know, for it to continue matching. I don't really wear beanies that much, but my goal every winter is to wear them a little bit more, because right now it's not super cold, but San Francisco, maybe more December, January, until like March, it gets pretty cold, like consistently below 62 degrees, which for us is pretty chilly. Oh, I'm so excited. This is so pretty. I just had been dragging my feet to open it, but I wanted to share it on camera because I did the same thing last year. Today, after cleaning my friend's apartment, my coworker's apartment yesterday, like helping her clean, it's now time for me to address my own cleaning thing. She was so funny. She watches my YouTube, and she was like, well, you know, you say you're always cleaning, but at least it's a change of scenery. And she was right. So, but yeah, I gotta clean up here. I'm so excited. This is so great. I love Christmas. Want to close out the vlog here so I can start a completely different vlog not related to this weekend. I know you can hear that. That's my washer. I put it on like a lower spinning thing, and because I was trying to avoid this sound or like any sound, but apparently that's not good either. All right, so what I've learned is that if I put it on the medium speed, it's like 10 minutes of that last noise that you heard. Like it, not 10, 14 minutes of it. So we're not putting it on that speed again because it's still, I still haven't figured out. My machine like tends to like shake really badly, like the drum is off balance or something every time it does a wash, and I haven't figured out what to do because my other machine never did that unless I had like overloaded it And this one will do it even if it's a small load, like even if it's just a couple things in there. Back to what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. I've been struggling to get things done around my apartment, and I think it's just I've been overwhelmed. Like I get very overwhelmed by visual clutter. That's why I'm not I wouldn't say that I'm a minimalist, but it depends on who you ask. I just don't like having too much stuff. Like it starts overwhelming me after a certain time. I was a bit overwhelmed by everything, and I feel like if I filmed it, I would add another layer of something that was overwhelming. So I was like, I just need to like lock in, and if I remember to record, I will record it. But also, I feel like all of my vlogs recently have just been me cleaning my apartment. It makes me wonder if like that's my whole life. I mean, I really do enjoy having a clean space. I really do enjoy the act of cleaning certain things. Obviously, I have chores that I absolutely hate. The end result is always just so satisfying to just have like a clean space and just being able to sit down and enjoy it. I'm so excited mentally, like the Christmas stuff. I know that's gonna put me in such a good mood. And then I'm also super excited for Vlogmas this year. I don't know why, like suddenly I got like the little book that's like so excited for Vlogmas this year. With all of that being said, I'll go ahead and let you go and enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.